Shoulders, man, I tell you, people really don't train them like they're supposed to. Everybody's training is different. I like to work my posterior deltoids first, force the body to have to overcompensate for the lack of strength there. The posterior deltoid is something that a lot of people neglect, and they don't get the understanding that it's the stabilizer for almost everything you do, from back to chest to lateral raises, front delt raises, triceps, everything. The posterior deltoid is a stabilizer. And even when you look at some of the rotator cuff problems that people have, it's because they have a weaker posterior deltoid. So just want to kind of give you a gist and an understanding on how I personally like to train shoulders, and looking at the range of motion that's needed to execute the exercises right. A rear delt and a lateral raise are two of the most poor form exercises that I've seen as far as performance goes. So that's why we actually have a lot of machines in here that actually supplement the natural range of motion for a pull down. A lot of people like to grab the handles on this one here, because the way that our machine is set up, I just actually like to just put my fist right here, actually make a fist and pull back. Notice that my arms is bent. They're not straight, because I'm trying to make sure that I get the best flexion. Now, some people like straight arm. You get a different range of motion with that straight arm though, but I like to hook. There's no bad way to do this one. You're just dealing with the control on the eccentric motion. So the eccentric motion is going to be your negative. Getting the rear delts, I always like to start with posterior deltoid training, so you can get those rear delts popping. And if you actually look at how the rear delt formulates, it starts right in between the lateral deltoid, but that sun gun runs all the way into your trap. So when you look at how much dormancy that muscle has, you get a better understanding of why you actually need to train it and make sure that it's doing like it's supposed to. You have to adapt to every machine's range of motion. So try to get comfortable with every machine, because they all hit differently and they all accentuate a certain feature. So when you're looking at the platform that we have here as far as the gym, I want everybody to be a master of every machine. Get the feel for it. Your range of motion may be different from the other's range of motion based upon the length of your arms and the way that your joints and tendons insert into your muscles. So that's just that's another aspect of it that we want to delve into. If you want to stay down low with it, get that range of motion where your elbows stay up, pull back with it. So this is a different range of motion, but it still hits that posterior deltoid like it needs to. Man, I see people doing the worst form on lateral raises. So we're going to go into a more in-depth understanding of how a lateral raise is performed. Your elbow is higher than your wrist. Your wrist is slightly turned downward, hitting that lateral head of that deltoid right there. You see, if I change my wrist placement, see how when I turn it over, the lateral head of the deltoid pops out? So you want to put that emphasis on the lateral head of the deltoid. That's why we're doing a lateral raise. So rotate those shoulders back and raise. Raise. Notice I'm not doing 3-second holds and stuff, just a normal range of motion. See it? Shoulder presses, you're dealing with different concepts on it. I really don't like to break parallel. So once I'm here, I'm pressing right here. Some people like to come all the way down. I don't understand that. That puts a lot of stress on my anterior deltoid and my chest. So I'm gonna keep it right there and press up accordingly.